The Galactic Council had convened for what they called a routine assessment. Representatives from 12 species gathered in the crystalline chamber, their various forms of communication buzzing through universal translators. The subject of discussion, humanity's recent request to join the interstellar community. Their muscles are dense, but not remarkably so, chittered the Velkan delegate, adjusting her optical sensors. Their reflexes measure within standard parameters. They possess no natural armor or venomous capabilities. Their technology progresses at acceptable rates, added the Kryn representative, his mineral-based voice echoing through the chamber. Nothing exceptional about their neural processing speeds either. The Galactic Council had reviewed human physiology, technology, and culture for months. By every measurable standard, humans appeared utterly unremarkable. Their homeworld, labeled Earth in their crude linguistic systems, seemed pleasant enough. Abundant water, moderate temperatures, and diverse ecosystems. Nothing suggested the nightmarish reputation that had somehow preceded them across the stars. Perhaps the stories were mere exaggerations, suggested the Thori delegate, fins rippling thoughtfully. Spacefarers do enjoy embellishing their tales. The council continued their deliberations when a soft chime announced an unexpected visitor. A young human female entered the chamber, identified in their systems as Maya, a student from Earth's premier educational institution. She had requested a brief audience to present her research project. "Honored delegates," Maya began, her voice trembling slightly with nervousness. "I've prepared a presentation on why Earth is classified as a death world." The delegates exchanged glances. They had encountered the term before but dismissed it as typical human dramatics. However, protocol demanded they hear her out. Maya activated her holographic display. The first image showed a pastoral landscape with rolling hills and gentle streams. "This is what most species see when they observe Earth from space," she explained. "But let me show you what we humans live with every day." The scene shifted. The same landscape now displayed warnings and hazard levels visible only to human-calibrated sensors. Red zones marked areas where various threats lurked beneath the apparently peaceful surface. Every human child learns by age 6 to identify 17 different venomous spiders. Maya continued. "Our so-called harmless insects include creatures that can paralyze prey up to 50 times their size. We swim in oceans containing predators that have remained essentially unchanged for millions of years. What you might call living weapons." She clicked to another slide. "But it's not just the creatures. Our planet's own systems actively try to kill us. We experience tectonic shifts that swallow cities whole. Our atmosphere periodically spawns energy vortexes with winds exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. Entire regions flood annually, while others face droughts that turn soil to dust." The delegates' attention sharpened as they processed this information. "Our plants are equally hostile," Maya elaborated. "Many produce toxins that cause painful deaths. Some can blind you with mere contact. Others hide spines or release clouds of irritants. Humans must learn which plants are safe to touch before we can walk properly." She pulled up data comparing Earth to other known habitable worlds. The radiation levels alone would be considered hazardous by most species standards. Our skin has evolved to withstand constant bombardment from cosmic rays. Our immune systems fight battles daily against pathogens that would overwhelm other species. The Galactic Council watched in fascination as Maya detailed humanity's daily survival mechanisms: blood that clotted to prevent fatal bleeding, automatic inflammatory responses to combat infections, neural pathways that triggered fight-or-flight responses to countless environmental threats. "We've developed specific muscles just for running from our own predators," she explained. "Our eyes evolved to track fast-moving threats. Our brain chemistry floods us with adrenaline to perform superhuman feats during emergencies. A standard human in crisis can lift objects weighing several times their body mass." The presentation continued with meteorological data. Earth experienced more severe weather variations than any other known habitable planet. Temperature ranges that would kill most species were considered normal seasonal changes by humans. "But here's the most significant factor," Maya said, approaching her conclusion. "It's not that we're physically superior. It's that we're psychologically adapted to constant danger. Humans find beauty in our chaos. We willingly enter Earth's most hostile regions for recreation. We intentionally seek out the very things that could kill us: extreme heights, deep oceans, dangerous creatures. And we call it fun. She displayed images of humans surfing, massive waves diving with predators and climbing sheer cliff faces. What you see as reckless behavior is actually our coping mechanism. Living on a death world doesn't just make you physically tough. It makes you mentally unpredictable. You never know when a human might respond to danger by running toward it instead of away. The chamber fell silent as delegates processed this revelation. The Velkan delegate was the first to speak. So the stories were true. Humans aren't feared because they're physically superior, but because they're psychologically adapted to an environment that would drive most species insane. Maya nodded. Earth didn't create tough humans. Earth created humans who think danger is entertaining, and death is something to be actively defied. That's why some call us deathworlders. Not because we can't die, but because we refuse to act like it. The Council's perspective shifted dramatically that day. They realized humanity's true nature wasn't in their physical capabilities, but in their utterly alien relationship with mortality itself. A species that dances with death daily develops a very different mindset about what constitutes acceptable risk. When the Council voted on humanity's application, it passed unanimously, with additional amendments requiring safety protocols for any species interacting with humans. The galaxy needed its deathworlders, but perhaps with appropriate warnings attached.